It's summer. And yeah, if you're thinking about staining or redoing your deck, Misty, I guess there's some hot deck stain colors coming out.
You know, we always talk like early on in the year about the colors of the year by different paint companies and like Pantone. They're like, this is the color that is kind of going to encapsulate the next year's spirit. And Behr Paint announced its first ever stain color of the year. They're getting in on that, but they don't announce it till right before summer, which makes a lot of sense. So now they have their stain color of the year is Cordovan Brown.
And I find this ironic that it's been so long since our deck was stained that like brown was in then, it went out of style, and now it's come back in style thanks to Behr. And we can just put it back on again.
So they suggest, so what it is, it's like a chocolate brown color, right?
Right.
Like an espresso or chocolate brown, Cordovan brown. They suggest pairing it with blank canvas, which is a soft, warm white on the exterior. And that was their color of the year for interiors. It is interesting, though. I think about probably at the Brady Bunch house, they have like a red stained deck, right? Mm-hmm. Like redwood, that color, like a red paint, basically, on decks was very popular for years and years and years. And I don't know. Do you think that you'll stick with this color of the year to redo your deck, or do you think you'll go a different direction?
You're an expert. We did paint our house a gray. So what color would go good with gray? I'm not sure if Cordovan Brown would go as well with gray.
Maybe we need to look for something that has a little more of a gray undertone to it than this, but that would look nice.
I think it would too. I know that anything would look better than what it looks like right now.
That is one of those projects that you don't realize how bad it is till you redo it. Then you're like, oh my gosh, how was I living with this?
I know. That's exactly what we're probably going to think when we finally get around to it. But in the meantime, and it's always, our house faces the west, so it's always, the deck is always the shadiest, nicest place to be in the evening on a hot summer night.
A great place to spend your time.
And yet we're like, oh, do we want to go out there? At the very least, I need to get rid of the rug that's now completely stained and gross. So maybe just getting a new rug will freshen it up enough until we get around to putting Cordovan Brown or whatever color we choose stain on the deck.
That is actually advice that I give to home sellers when they don't have the ability to completely redo it. It's like, well, let's at least distract from it then.
And it worked.
It does, like with a beautiful outdoor rug, and really getting like some nice fresh outdoor pillows on your different chairs, get some flowers going so that you just see a lot of color and movement, and it distracts you, and maybe it just looks more rustic then instead of unmaintained.
Yep, that's exactly. And we did look at our house in November, so we weren't spending a ton of time on the deck, but we looked at the real estate photos, and there was a nice green plant and the rug and a beautiful
this looks
umbrella.
Great.
Yeah,
this looks fantastic.
Can't wait. And then